So I talk about South Park on this channel a lot. Constantly a lot. I've been making retrospectives for all the seasons, which yes, I do intend to do for each and every season of South Park. I've made a shitty video about the movie before, and I'm working on a better video about the movie now. But you know what, we never give credit where it's due. We always overlook those two little shorts that are arguably the most important parts of South Park's history. The Spirit of Christmas. So let's start at the beginning. Let me take you back. The year is 1992. Matt Stone and Trey Parker are two dorky college students who are in a film class together, and the class has just received an assignment that they need to group up and make little short films together. Matt and Trey both knew that all their peers wanted to make were films about gay cowboys eating pudding, while the two of them wanted to both make something comedic, so they quickly flocked to one another. They decided to make little simple construction paper cutout animations inspired by Terry Gilliam's animations on the Monty Python show. The film Matt and Trey turned in was The Spirit of Christmas, Jesus vs. Frosty. It features Matt and Trey playing these four little boys, most of which go nameless except for this little fat kid who's named Kenny. They're all singing Frosty the Snowman and building a snowman, and then this one with the pink poofball hat, for simplicity's sake, let's call him Proto Stan. Anyway, he shouts that they shouldn't put the hat on the snowman because otherwise it'll come to life and try to kill them, and the same thing happened to his sister in Minnesota. The thing about this short is that it's not the funniest thing in the world. It's got a shitload of personality, but in terms of goofs, in terms of funny lines or anything, there's not much of it. I mean, the boys say the fuck word. You don't say fuck in front of Jesus. That's kind of a funny line. Half of the kids die.
Oh my god! Frosty killed Kenny!
And these proto-versions of Stan and Kyle learn that the true spirit of Christmas is presents. That's pretty true to life, I'd say. And bearded baby Jesus is actually hysterical, and every single time I see it, I giggle until I soil my jammies. Even the sound effects, the beep, as baby Jesus throws his halo. All in all, she's a total mess of a short, completely unplanned, and totally rough around the edges, but you know what? We love her for it. So Matt and Trey end up showing their Spirit of Christmas short to some of their friends and sending out a few copies. And among this esteemed group was none other than Brian Graydon, an executive for Fox Broadcasting. He loved the short, so he commissioned Matt and Trey to make another one so that he could use it as sort of a digital video Christmas card. With their 1,000 Animal Crossing bells, Matt and Trey got right to work on the second Spirit of Christmas, Jesus vs. Santa. This animated short is much more polished than the last one. The art style much more closely resembles the later South Park style that we'd come to know and love. The characters all have their final names and act how you'd expect them to in the show.
Yeah, Hanukkah sucks. Don't you oppress me, fat boy! Don't call me fat, buttfucker! Then don't belittle my people, you fucking fat ass! Ah, damn it! Don't call me fat, you buttfucking son of a bitch!
In this one, we get confirmation that it actually takes place in South Park County. We meet Santa and adult Jesus for the first time. And Trey's Santa voice really hasn't changed in all these 20 years. And Matt's really good as Jesus, although his Jesus voice is a little weird in the beginning. It's all breathy and he kind of sounds like a serial killer.
Behold my glory. I come seeking retribution.
He's come to kill you because you're Jewish, Kyle! Oh, fuck!
So yeah, this one is about Santa and Jesus getting into a fight with each other over which one of them is the true spirit of Christmas. Which is already a pretty hysterical concept. I love the moral dilemma it puts the boys in. They really don't know who to root for in the fight. I mean, can you blame them?
Go, Santa! Go, Jesus!
It's crazy to think how many of the classic South Park tropes started with this short. Sure, they killed Kenny in the first short, and they killed Proto-Kenny, but this time they kill the real Kenny, so it counts now. And it's here that Kyle is finally established to be Jewish. These two versions of Stan and Kyle are much more close to their versions in the series. You can actually tell they, are actual best friends here and they aren't just constantly fighting. And even Cartman's beginning to act, well, somewhat how he would in the series. Not exactly. But they did work out already that he's the most foul-mouthed one of the group, so hey, at least they've worked that out by now. And by the end of the short, it's revealed that Santa and Jesus are actually friends, something that definitely got expounded upon in the series. And yes, this short is the birth of what would Brian Boitano do. But even more importantly than all that, it establishes the one single most important element in all of South Park. This short is the first short to ever feature Tom's rhinoplasty in the background. Honestly, for that reason alone, it's no wonder that this is the short that brought South Park to series. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely plenty to enjoy about the first Spirit of Christmas, but there's really not a whole lot to work with when it comes to developing this first short into a series. The characters really don't have any established personalities other than just being bratty little kids. Most of the humor is just, hey, little kids are saying bad words. And the whole thing just generally feels like it wasn't actually planned out. It feels more like they were just kind of winging it as they went along. And believe me, I should know, I'm the queen of just winging it. I never script any of these videos. Whereas the second Spirit of Christmas actually has a pretty solid concept backing it up to begin with. And it's just generally better paced. Throw in way more polished animation, better humor, and it's really no question which of these shorts is superior. It's obviously Bring Me the Head of Charlie Brown, duh. So that's my whole take on those two little shorts that started my favorite show of all time. You might love them, you might hate them, I don't care. Because without them there would be no South Park to talk about. And this is where I'll hand it off to you. Do you like these shorts? Do you hate them? Which one do you think is better? In my mind, the choice is obvious that Jesus vs. Santa is the better one, but I would like to see the argument for the other side. And real quick before I wrap up, I wanted to give a big thank you to Jenkins Media Digital for posting the two Spirit of Christmases upscaled by AI to be in 4K. That's the footage that's been used in the background of this entire video, courtesy of them, so a big thank you, go check them out. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and as usual, hasta la pasta!